Hi, welcome to Coral Roots. I'm Adrian. This is my husband Eddie, a reluctant participant in the channel. Meet our golden retriever, Carol. Claire joins us as a special guest from time to time. And we live in Cape Coral, Florida. This channel is devoted to all things living that summer 365 lifestyle. Follow along as I serial start new projects and learn from YouTube University. Ciao ragazzi! Welcome back to Coral Roots. Today we are continuing with the office switcheroo from a few days ago. Previously, we took everything from one room, moved it to the other, and vice versa, and patched in about a bazillion holes. And then let's get going on today's work. And fast forward a few hours, actually several hours because I was also working, but I forgot to hit the record button. It's fine. All I did was prime. I had originally thought I was just going to cut in, but then I realized as long as I had the paint out, I might as well roller it. And then I didn't have the roller trays here. They're over at the other house, the investment property. So I had to just manually, I guess, kind of wring out the roller. As you can see, I didn't quite get that done last night. So I need to come back and do that. So this is the mayhem, once again, that I am working in. I do this to myself so much. Figuring out the color, which I think I'm going to go with this, which you can't see. Hold on. Isn't that a pretty color? I'm going to be honest. When I very first started to put this paint on the wall, the color, I was a little freaked out that holy moly, it's way more saturated than I was anticipating. Like in my head, I was viewing it more pastel's not the right word, but like not as like woo in your face. Don't worry, in the end, it works out and I like it. But right here, I was a little like, uh-oh. Office reveal day! Yay! I'm going to call this 95%. 90% actually is probably better. I have you on the wide angle lens so you can see more in the screen. The light's going to be a little blown out because the sun is shifting. And then I'll put you on regular screen. There we go. Adjusting. There it goes. Yay! I am calling it 90% done for a couple of things. One, as you can see on that shelf, there's not a lot up there. Two, I need to do some adjustments. I'll talk about that in a minute for the Murphy bed. And then three, I don't have stuff on the wall, but we've got it painted and things placed. I have to say, I am not a fan of anything on an angle in a room. I hate it. However, I am loving sitting there. So like the functionality of my desk being at an angle is making me very happy. I will show you that momentarily. So what we have done is obviously took everything that was in here and put it into the other room, and then I patched the walls, primed, painted. You can see actually little kind of things. I had to do some more patching. I will come back in and do it again. We're 90%, but I wanted to show you guys. I was pretty excited. The whole point of this was so that I could have the office that also sees out the window. And this is going to blow out, so. And have a view of the sky. And also if I'm on a video call. Oh, Carol just came to join. Hold on, let's go to regular camera. And if I'm on a video call, I have nice daylight in my face, or making videos for you guys and doing anything that requires me to be on screen. So that is why I wanted this office comparatively to the other office. Look at Carol, she's just meowing. She's like, oh, you put the rug back, Mama. And this is also here. You might as well see. Let's go pretend like we are working. So we would be sitting at the desk, and I'm going to show you why I am liking it, like from a functional standpoint. So one, I can see out the window, see the sky. I can't see the water from here, but I don't have a stand-up desk, so maybe at some point I'll switch to a stand-up desk. But I can see out the window. And then also, I'll pan this way slowly. Ignore that mess in there. That's literally, I still have to clean up from this project. Show my own dirty laundry, I guess, so to speak. Anyway, I can see the door. So I'm never at, my back is never to the door by sitting at this angle. So I can be working, and if Eddie comes in, I don't jump out of my skin because I don't see him. And then are you serious, Carol? Thank you. Anyway, so I can see out the window, which is really, really nice. So I'm going to allow this to be at an angle, at least for now, as long as I'm sitting here. So what else have I done? I have moved, oh, and the other reason why it works at an angle is because of my Pilates reformer right here. When I go to do Pilates, I would have to kind of squeeze it when I had my desk. Hold on. I had it where I was exactly in front of the Murphy bed. So then I would put it from here and fold it down, but it was really tight. So now it'll be stored there. And then when I go to use it, I just, in essence, have it come down and then be at a slight angle, not quite as much as the rug, but basically right here with more open space so that I don't run into stuff. Yes, so I like it. What do I need to do in here still? It's funny, I took down the shelf that was in here and then had no thoughts of putting it back up. Actually, I flip-flop shelves. So this shelf was the one in the other room and the other one is in here. But I liked that this was wood versus the painted board and it's thicker. So my thought is on that, when I have all of like staging materials back from homes that I have on the market, that can be one area to store / display pretty things. And then I'm going to have pictures on the wall. And then over here, the Murphy bed, I need to do some adjustments. That's why I didn't finish painting or trim it out like here. I called and spoke to a very helpful guy named Aaron at the Create-A-Bed Murphy bed company, the hardware that I bought the hardware from to build this. Anyway, apparently I have I think, did I say this already? I'll have to look, but I have the hinge point in the wrong location, so it needs to be higher or lowered. I can't remember. I'll look at my notes again. And then it will spring shut. And once I have that, I will be able to trim this out and make it look more built in. But I decided I wanted it to be, instead of an accent wood, to be the color of the wall. So I will need to trim out and the top, basically bring that to the ceiling. I have to take the vent and get a vent extender. I am planning to build some, I think probably shelves here. I can't be super wide because, as you can see, the foot bracket goes wider than the actual thing itself. So whatever I build here can only be, I think it's like 13 or 14 inches wide to about there. I'll figure that out. And then once that's all figured out and trimmed out, and then same thing on this side, I think I'm just gonna actually do shelves over here and have them trimmed out and be pretty. I probably will do that on that side now that I'm thinking about it. Open shelves, I mean. So that is still to come, but we now have a non-crazy, semi-complete room so that A, I can work in here and function well, and B, when people come to visit, basically I take that desk, push it up against the wall, and then I move my desk over into a different area of the house, and then the Murphy bed folds down and it becomes a bedroom. But 95% of the time, it's my office. So I did move that shelf that I had next to the Murphy bed over here behind my back over to here to store some things for, books, etc. I rehung curtains. These were the ones in the other room and put these here, and the ones that were here I had moved over. And then over here I've created kind of like a mail / business station, if you will. I've got receipts bin down there. I have extra like podcasting stuff, envelopes, my painting paper, as well as you can see, filing. So we've got like mail, files, to file, whatever. Spot for my backpack, which is what I use mostly as a work bag / travel bag. Clearly you can see tax documents, current year. And then I hung up this bulletin board that I thrifted. That was $1.99, so I can put little things up there. That'll be fun. I probably will hang stuff here, just don't have that at the moment. And then, so over here, this mirror, this is so funny. This mirror was something that my mom bought, and it's been down here at this house, but it's kind of moved all over the place. It has a twin, and the twin is currently over at our investment property over on the other coast here. Hi, look at how pretty she looks right now. I literally just got done working on the room. So anyway, I think it looks nice there with the white colored trim, which actually could use a touch up, but for right now we're gonna leave it in color good. The other thing is, you might be thinking, that rug is kind of an interesting rug. I actually love this rug. It's so soft under your feet. And this is not like some throwaway washable rug. This is a legit real rug. It starts with a K, I think, is the pattern. But it's a hand knotted, like, real rug. And I actually really like that it's a darker green and blue, kind of a fun pattern with the light green background. And then it also absorbs sound in here, so it's not so echoey. And 1 week into living in the office, I brought some plants from my staged listing, and same with there. My office, or my desk mess from when I'm actually using it. Brought a little lamp in here, which is lovely, so I don't have to have the big light on all the time. I am liking the direction. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to show you more updates as we go along. Here, should we end it with a prettier shot? There we go. Nice.